going?
Good, great. Like, excited to be back.
Yeah. What were your first thoughts on Shane? Had you met him before this week? Or?
So I met him when we first had him in here, and then we sit down and talk because I pretty much been here for most of the time. So I've been in here. I've had a couple meetings with him, JBC, about the direction that like we're going and like what he expects. So we've probably had a couple meetings.
Buck talked about hitting the reset button after the season. The mental toll was almost worse than the physical toll for last year. When you think about the first couple of weeks after it ended, what were you going through?
Yeah, obviously when you have a season like that, you're glad that it's over, but there is a lot of regret in that because you're like, we have such good players, like we could have been this, like we could have been that, and you just kind of go through that and you're like, why weren't we this? Like, why weren't we that? Like, why didn't we win those close games? So I think that's what he's talking about. And, I'm still thinking about it. Like, sometimes today, like, we were watching film in there, and I'm like, dang, like, we had that game. We let it slip, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's always there, which I don't know, like, might be good because we don't ever, we don't ever want to feel like that, like, ever again. That was probably the ultimate low of my football career.
Yeah, I know you're a big goal guy. Do you have goals coming up for year 4 yet?
Absolutely. So I have my goal sheet that I'm still drawing up right now. So I do like a draft, and I probably go through 3 different cuts. So I do my main goals, which is always the same, which in order: Super Bowl, AFC champ, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, and then like from there, like I make my my goals, and then I make my targets that I do each day that I think are going to help me get to that goal. So I'm still in the process of building that pyramid there.
What have you learned about Shane the man since meeting with him?
Can you say it again, sorry?
Yeah. What have you learned about Shane, just the person, since meeting with him?
Yeah, he is obviously young, right? And you look at all of the high-powered offenses, I think, besides Kansas City, not saying that Andy Reid is old, but they're all kind of ran by younger offensive minds, right? He's got a lot of juice. Like, he's taller than I thought he was. Like, the guy's, what, like 6'5", 6'6"? Like, he's tall as heck. So I think that it's going to be great.
When you think about some receivers coming to the league and they have the same quarterback, for 5-10 years, you haven't had that luxury. How do you try to attain those goals when you haven't had any stability whatsoever at that position?
Yeah, we have had a decent amount of turnover, but I think that every guy that every guy that we've brought in has been a elite level guy, right? We're not just bringing in anybody off of the street. And every person I've had, like every quarterback from Phil to Carson, to Matt, those are all quarterbacks that are like big name guys. They've all done a lot in this league. So I'd say that it just has taught me to adapt to any situation. Last year we had even more turnover with Sam and then Nick. So just being able to adapt quickly and just kind of roll with it, because nothing's ever perfect, right? Obviously our goal going into the year was, hey, we're going to rock with Matt and we're going to go to the AFC Championship. We're going to be Super Bowl champs, and then obviously it didn't go as planned. But you just got to roll with the punches.
The goals, I assume you didn't make any of your personal goals last year.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
I assume you did not reach any of your personal goals. 99 catches.
I got close to 1, which was the 99 catches, but that's about it. Well, that falls on me because even if if you go to that last game, I had a ton of missed opportunities and throughout the whole season, right? There's things that I could have done to get that last catch. So it's not on anybody else. That's on me personally. Just one more catch, that's on me. So
as much as any player on this roster, I would argue your play is indicative of the quarterback carousel you guys have had. You just mentioned Carson, Phillip, Matt. Is it time to get a rookie?
Well, that's above my pay grade. One day maybe I get into the GM space, but I'm just gonna trust Chris that he's gonna do whatever this team needs. So because then again, I don't get a choice. It doesn't matter what I want. Nobody cares what I think, right? Well, yes, but again, like we don't know what's going to happen because we could go in and think, hey, like we want this guy, then somebody throws a left hook, and then the draft is a scramble, right? So that's how it happens.
Is it a goal of yours to get a contract extension this offseason?
See, I mean, like I wouldn't say it's a goal. I think that happens naturally with performance, right? And if it doesn't happen this year, like that's no big deal. I mean, it'll happen eventually, right? And like I just kind of let that business side, just leave that to my agent, because that's what I pay him to do. And then because you don't really want it to be muddied up, right? Because like the agency or like just like the contract talks and everything, like just from guys that I've talked to, like it can get ugly, like just like saying like you're in those meetings and stuff like that. So I don't want anything to do with those, right? Like I just want to play.
Do you know if there are conversations happening?
Well, I mean, like again, like I'm just gonna leave that to him. I mean, like there might have been a couple of talks here and there, but I'm just ready to focus on this season. And then if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then it'll happen eventually.
Michael, what's the road to respecting your coach, to connecting with your coach, to believing in your coach? How easy is that to get from zero to where you guys need to be? And are you there yet, or how's that work?
Yeah. I mean, like I think that Shane has a level of like respect that he just got like when he got here. I mean, because he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl, which is like which is the ultimate goal, which is where like we're trying to get. So basically, you got a coach who basically took his offense there, like had one of the higher powered offenses. So he kind of already has that level of like respect. But I think for like the whole team, I mean, we just got to get in camp, and the guys like have to feel them out. Defensive guys haven't really had too much chance to really hear him a lot. I mean, in like team meetings, I mean, like you hear them like here and now, but they really haven't had a good chance to like feel him out yet. But I mean, like he's a great dude, he's leader, smart guy. I mean, like I can't see them not. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're not a guy who ever lacks motivation, obviously, but entering a contract here, does that add anything for you?
I wouldn't, like I'd say I have more motivation from the fact that I'm going to have my son soon. So I'm going to have my second son hopefully in the next month and a half. So that is more motivation than like any like number. So like just for him.
Have you been given, like, I asked Buck the same question. You've had conversations with, I'm assuming, upper management. Have they given you a direction as to where this team is going, and maybe how do you feel about whatever steps are being taken to right the ship?
Absolutely. I mean, looking back last year, I mean, like the only way is up, right? You know what I'm saying? So we haven't really got into specifics yet because we're more focusing on scheme. But I mean, like our goal is obviously to like win games, right? So we just have that belief, and we're starting with that like from day one. Like we're here to win games, and they brought Shane in here to help out our offense because last year, I mean, it's no secret that like we struggled. I mean, defense played well and offense at times. We didn't play well enough to win, so he's here to fix that.
Was there a frustration level last year, maybe on the passing game, the way it couldn't do what it needed to do? I mean, what'd you average, 9.6 or 9.7? That's you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember because like I just try to take that and just throw it out, but like I think about it. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a frustration because there was so many things that we had going on that I was just trying to focus on what I could do. And I feel like if you're frustrated like with like your teammates and coaches, like that can draw an even bigger like division that we didn't need to create because we were already going through a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's no need to go in there, MF people, and create like more division, right? So we were just trying to play together and win games, and we didn't do that enough last year.
Shane said that just in the last couple of days you've started like the install process and like actual X's and O's. Has there been anything that's really excited you, opened your eyes with that process?
Yeah, I mean, I won't go into too much because we don't want to give out intel, but I'll just say that he's very excited about the pass game. So, which I mean, like I like, or like like I love that, right? Because I catch passes and he wants to throw it. So thank you guys.